Tinnitus Metal Radio, the heaviest show in town.
Okay, we're here at Alcatraz. We're here with two of the guys from Metal Church. Can you please introduce yourself?
How you doing? I'm Jeff Plate, drummer in Metal Church.
Hello, this is Mike Howe, vocalist for Metal Church.
First of all, thank you for your time. Alcatraz is the last date from a small European tour you did. You started on August 5th. How did the tour go?
Fantastic. Yeah, amazing crowds, amazing time.
What concert was your personal highlight? Do you have an idea? Crowd reaction?
Wacken, of course, because it's such a big show. So that was great for us. It was good to be back on the main stage there. But honestly, we played in Essen last night in a club, Turok. I think 300 people, 350 people. It was one of the best shows the band has had since we've been touring this year.
And that says a lot because we've had some great,
Yes.
every show is great.
And mainly because the audience was so in tune with the band, singing the words, chanting the name, chanting our names. They were having fun right along with us, and it was just great.
Non-stop. Yeah, non-stop. I had to tell them to stop.
You guys started playing quite early today, even before noon, but the crowd reaction was amazing.
Maybe they weren't so tired from all the bands.
That's something with some of these festivals. When you go on later in the day, the audience has already heard 10 or 12 bands. And depending on what kind of a festival it is, if it's 10 or 12 metal thrash bands, you're kind of beat up by the time they get to you. So this is, and drunk. A little drunk. So yeah, I think they were more awake. They had their energy today. It was good.
You also played at the Dynamo festival last month. Great gig. Was that a one-off? Did you guys go back to the States and come back to Europe, or was it also part of a tour?
We came over and played Bang Your Head, and then Dynamo, and then we flew home. Yeah.
In a month you will start a US arena tour together with some very cool acts, Suicidal Tendencies, Amon Amarth, Megadeth. Looking forward. Can you already tell something about that tour?
It's an arena tour, yeah, in the States. Yeah. It goes across the entire United States, about 21 dates, yeah. We're looking forward to it.
Is there a difference between touring in Europe and the United States, like crowd reactions, popularity?
Well, that's a tricky one. I mean, the United States has their fan base. There's still diehard metal fans there, but, I think most metal bands know that, Europe and Germany, especially in Belgium and all these places, there's a huge fan base for metal still that exists, so I think that's why a lot of bands come over here. But, there's the loyal fans in the United States that are passionate.
We had some very, very good shows in America. We did a run on the West Coast with Armored Saint, which was great. So yeah, like Mike said, there's a metal fan base that's out there that's grown up with the band, and now the Metal Churches gave them a new record to believe in, and they believe in the band again. They're out in force. So we've had very good shows all year long.
Am I correct if you want to go to a really big metal festival that you're better off in Europe than in the States? Do you have festivals in the States that compare to Wacken or Graspop?
No, the whole festival thing over here is such a different. It's such a great thing. It really is. And unfortunately, in America, it's so hard to make it happen because I think the thing of it is people don't know how to behave themselves. I mean, really, that's a big part of it in America. The festivals here in Europe are a gathering. It's like a big family reunion. You get 80,000 people that just are hanging out and drinking and enjoying the music and having fun. There's no fighting, there's no arguing, there's no nothing. And it's just a much more festive atmosphere. I think in America it's more of a tense atmosphere when they try to do these festivals, just because it's been done so much over here. Everybody knows how to do it and people are used to it. But in America it's just a different animal. I don't know. It's
I think when I And I've been out of it so long, so I don't really know. I'm not in tune with it. But when you bring up the question about metal festivals, I think, well, there's no metal festivals in the United States, but there are. But I think they're centered around like Ozzfest, and Knotfest. They're centered around a specific band, and then other bands play with that band. So it's not like a Wacken or Dynamo that's the festival and metal bands play there. It's more centered around the main band, and then they have a lot of other metal bands.
Like you just mentioned, Mike, you rejoined Metal Church last year. You left the band in 1994, if I'm not mistaken. I guess it's safe to say that a lot has changed, perhaps on the concert circuit with fans and stuff like that, new technology, stuff like that.
Yes, a lot has changed for the better, as far as touring. We're talking about touring here, yeah. So a lot has changed, but, the basic interaction between band and fan has not changed. The only thing that's really changed for us and for me personally is that I'm older and more in tune with the here and now and appreciating the moment and the day that we're in and realizing I am lucky to be here and doing this for the second time in my life, so I get way more joy out of it, and then I can give that back, because I know at 50 years old, this is kind of a blessing in disguise. Not in disguise at all. I mean, it's right there. It's a blessing, and I'm very lucky. We're all lucky to do this again, so we're so grateful, and we show that, I think, and the fans react to that.
Were you somehow still involved with the metal scene during those 20 years?
No, not at all. I was a domesticated guy with a family raising 2 boys.